If you're building a personal brand online, you need at least one video to show your full self. But how do you create a personal brand video? Today, I'll show you 3 ways to do this. So what's a brand video? On the one hand, we have a marketing video, which is really designed to sell yourself, sell your services, so it's quite specific and concrete. Whereas a brand video is more general. It's more likely to show your personal qualities, your values, your personality, your philosophy. The first way to create a brand video is through an interview. It's fast, it's easy, and it's flexible. Normally when we think about an interview, there's one person sitting over there and another person there, and they're talking to each other. And one person's the interviewer and one person's the interviewee. Yeah. And the big advantage there is if they're asking you questions that you're not sure are coming, then you're more likely to be spontaneous and in the moment with your answers, which is way more engaging. The other way to do it is if you're creating a solo video, then you can pre-prepare the questions. And if you like, you can pre-prepare your answers. And I think that's important because to position yourself, you need to be clear what are the questions you need to ask that best position you. And this is the advantage of an interview, particularly a solo interview, that you can pre-organize and pre-plan this. For example, I might ask a question of, what are your strengths? When I did the Clifton Strengths Finder tool, all of my top 5 strengths were in the same category. It was in the area of strategic thinking. This means I naturally think about pathways. What's the best way to get from where you are to where you want to be? Today is just an introduction to the 3 basic types of brand videos that you can create. I'll create a separate one on each one of these to show you in depth how you can create each one. Now for number 2, and that's to create a personal story. And the big advantage here is the personal story is unique to you, and what should be, it's your story, but it's also more likely to be engaging because we're more likely to be engaged in a story. The downside is if you have to do a little bit more work to plan out the pathway of the story. So it starts with wherever you're at, it leads people on a journey, and then you finish with probably a call to action of some sort. The great thing about stories is there's so many different types of stories that you can tell. For instance, you could have an origin story, you could have a purpose statement type story, or you could have a success story. And also remember, stories don't have to be long. You don't have to create a feature-length movie here. You can create a 5-minute story, or even better, you can tell short anecdotes that summarize something really powerful for you.
I've only been doing this for 6 years. It came as a challenge from my wife, who, whilst we were in New York and we were living in the UK, said, how about you write your first novel?
If you want some help with your personal brand story, then ask a question down below and I'll give you my best answer. Our 3rd type of personal brand story to create is a manifesto, and in particular a thought leadership manifesto. And the intention here is to define and share your expertise. Ideally, your manifesto starts with the challenge that your clients typically have and what success looks like, plus your key points or strategies that get them there. So you can talk about the problem, you can talk about the solution, or you can talk about any of the distinctions or key ideas or strategies you have for getting there. Again, you'll have to do the pre-work here. You can't just rock up and talk to the video. You'll have to prepare your manifesto separately, and then you can present some part of that to the camera. And the bonus here is that they can all be used together. For instance, if you were doing an interview, you might set up the question such that you then deliver a story as an answer to the question, or you might deliver one of your key ideas from your thought leadership manifesto. And if you want some more inspiration, check out these videos over here. There's some of the examples I've created for myself and for some of my clients. Have fun creating your personal brand video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.